We have an algorithm for decision tree induction. The concept is explained. So basic algorithm follows the concept of a greedy algorithm, which you have already studied in the futures. Your previous semester, some subjects you would have studied this. The same concept is followed here. So tree is constructed in a top-down recursive divide and conquer manner. That we understood, no, in the yesterday's, last class. So that is how we are going to construct a tree, right? So top-down approach, right? At start, all the training examples are at the root. So whatever the root node you will take, no, that is one of the attribute here. So based on the age group only, further attributes are going to be analyzed, right? So based on that, you consider the name of the root node. So attributes are categorical. If continuous value, they are discretized in advance. So we don't know whether we perform the analysis or continuous data type or discretized data type. So if it is continuous, so later we'll convert into discrete before we go for the analysis. So examples of that is how we are going to do the analysis in the system. So system will understand only the binary form. Examples are partitioned recursively based on selected attributes. So that you will clearly understand how is that we do analysis after partitioning. So we have an example that I will be discussing in the next slide. So test attributes are selected on the basis of statistical measure. That is example information gain. So the attributes, what are the attributes? There are many attributes. Say in this example, I have attributes as income, student, credit rating, all that. So whichever the parameter I want. If I want to find the gain of income, then I'll go with this. If you want to find the gain of student, then I will do the analysis on this particular attribute. So based on that, we evaluate the parameter called information gain. So conditions for stopping partitioning. So yesterday's class we were discussing how to construct a tree. At which stage you will stop partitioning? That is also important, right? So see here, these are the steps to be followed. All samples for a given node belong to the same class. So first we have to check the class name. See here, I have taken student as a class name, credit rating as a class name. Fine. Then what is that we did? There are no remaining attributes of other partitioning that we have to check. Majority voting is employed for classifying the leaf. So how is that you go on partitioning? We go on considering the leaf node, right? So leaf node is again for credit rating. You can take a leaf node as fair and excellent. Same way for student, you can take a leaf node name as no and SCR. So when are you going to stop this? Based on how many customers are going to buy the computer with these age group with respect to the credit carding, the credit rating. So based on that, here with respect to student, we can stop at this stage. This is the last values, whatever the leaf node name you have taken, that is with respect to the number of customers who buy the computer. Same way with respect to credit rating, we have these details at the leaf node. So that is the last step. You can go with the tree, right? So there are no more samples left out, right? So I don't have any more samples to continue with the partitioning. I cannot continue SS and further leaf. I cannot partition this S into another leaf node. So if that is the case, we'll stop at this stage. So let us see how is that gain you are going to evaluate with the help of some mathematical equations. So firstly, we select the attribute with the highest information gain. Then we are going to find, we are going to do the analysis to find the probability that an arbitrary tuple in D. D is database here. So P is the probability. Then whether this probability of the arbitrary tuple in D belongs to class CI, I have to check. Class CI means, for example, that student is one of the class name, credit rating is one of the class name. I also have another class name as income, so on. So based on this, you are going to do the analysis, right? So I am going to consider CI. I can be 1, 2, 3, so on, based on how many analysis you want to do, how many gain, your information gain you are supposed to find. So this you are going to estimate it by using the relation, the ratio of mod of CI in the given database D to mod of D. D is database here, fine. So that we'll understand with an example. So these are the three things you are going to calculate. Firstly, you are going to calculate the expected information entropy. So this is needed to classify a tuple in D. So how is it you are going to find? So info of D, information gain. D is nothing but gain here. So how is it you are going to find? You are going to take an algebraic sum of for I equal to 1 to m. I can go for any number of classes. Student, income, age, gain, what is that? Credit rating, all that you can consider. So you have to take PI, log of PI to the base 2. So that let us see how to evaluate. So next one, second parameter to be found here is information needed after using A to split D into V partitions. This one before you partition, the first equation. Next equation is with respect to the partition. If you go for V number of partitions, that I will explain with the next slide. So what is the number of partitions you take? Say in the tree, I can show you. Say for example, student, you have how many partitions? 2 partitions, no and S. Credit card rating, how many partitions you have? Excellent and fail. So based on this, so you are going to calculate info A of D. I'll call this gain as A. Okay, same way, A can be with respect to student or with respect to credit rating, whatever you want to consider. So one by one you can evaluate. So for J equal to 1 to V. So for example, now credit rating I can go for V as 2. One is excellent and second is fair, something like that. So DJ, where J can lie between 1 to V. This is mod of DJ to mod D. D is the result of the first equation. DJ is with respect to the class. And in the whatever the class you have selected, what are the number of partitions you have? If the class name is credit rating, how many partitions you have? V is 2. What are those partitions you can go for? One is excellent and second one is fair, something like that. So into info of DJ. So whatever the partition you have, no, that info of DJ are supposed to calculate. Again, info of DJ, you can make use of this relation to find out the answer for info of DJ. Fine. So once you get the answer for this, you can also find the difference of these two. The information gained by branching or attribute A. Whatever the attribute you have considered now. So what is that information gained by partitioning this? So that is found out by taking the relation as gain of A is equal to info of D. So anyway, the result of this equation will be greater than the result of the equation 2, because this is what with respect to partition. This one before you partition. So info of D. Once you know to evaluate with respect to one of the parameter on the number of customers who will buy the computer, later we can also find the gain of income, then gain of student, then gain of credit rating. So to find the gain of age, so what is the first step to be done here? First, let us complete this table with respect to the analysis of age and the number of customers who buys the computer. Fine. So what are the things I supposed to consider here? Attributes. I've taken attribute as age. Fine. So we are going to evaluate the gain of age now with respect to attribute 1. Now in this age, what are the different categories you can consider? There are 3 categories of age group. What are those? The first category is the what is that? The age group for less than or equal to 30. Then the second group, the age between 31 to 40. Then the third group, age greater than 40. Now, you have to continue with the analysis. What is that I want to do now? I want to check. So, how many number of customers for the age less than or equal to 30? I want to know whether they will buy the computer or not. Same way I have to check for 31 to 40. And again for greater than 40. Let us check for the first case. See here I have defined class P as number of customers who buys the computer as yes. And class N, I have given the name, 2 class names I have taken because I know that there are 2 types of leaf node you can go for. Whatever the leaf node you consider, that is the leaf node, whatever you are going to consider now, that name here, yes or no, right? So here, these leaf nodes are going to be considered as class. Correct now? I'll go back to the slide. So your credit rating is, what is this you have taken? So taken as a main class name. Again, you can go for the subclass name as excellent and fair. And again, you can go for subclass name as no and S. So that is how the name of leaf node you are going to take. Correct? So with respect to this example, what I am trying to evaluate is, I want to find information for, I want info of what? Age. That means what? Gain of age. So with respect to attribute age, I want to find gain. So I'll be using these equation, info of D, info A of D, all that. So to evaluate that, so what is that you are supposed to do? You are supposed to do the analysis of age with respect to the number of customers who buys the computer. So only these two columns you are supposed to concentrate, the first one and the last one here. So when you evaluate for gain of age, same way when you evaluate for gain of income, you have to calculate the second one, you have to do the analysis on second column and the last one. Same way gain of student, third one with respect to last. Gain of credit rating, again credit rating and these data, excellent and fair with respect to this. So that is how one by one you can do. So coming back to the age, the gain of age, I want to complete the analysis. So when you concentrate on age with respect to the number of customers who buys the computer, what are the leaf node name, class name you can go for here? You can go for two classes. What are those? No and yes. So I will take the class name for the case yes as class P. P means what number? The number of yes I will take who buys the computer. And class N. N means what here? Number of customers who will not buy the computer. I will take no, the number of no's as class N. Getting my points, friends? So I will use this class's name here as an attribute with respect to age now. Pi I will consider with respect to class P. Ni I will consider with respect to class N. Just a notation what I have used here to just to do the analysis how many number of yes and how many number of P's with respect to these different categories of age group. Fine. So here I of Pi comma Ni means what? This in the previous slide. You need to take, you need to find info of D, then info A of D, all that. So I'll come back to that. Let us complete this table now. Later I'll explain how to evaluate I of Pi and Ni. Fine. I is nothing but info here. Fine. So coming to the first category, lesser than equal to 30. How many no's and yes are there? Please check it, students. The less than equal to 31, no. Second one, no. Then third one, no. 3 no's I have already found. Then 1 yes here. 2 yes here. So 3 no and 2 yes. Correct? No, Pi is with respect to yes. So I'll fill 2 here. Ni is no here. So using the equation algebraic sum of, here you have to take with a negative sign. For I equal to 1, you have to evaluate Pi log of Pi to the base 2. Fine. So let us see. First you count here how many no's and how many yes are there, and total number of the number of customer who buys the computer with respect to the age. Right? Age means again overall I am talking about. Maybe less than or equal to 30 or 31 to 40 or greater than 40. To evaluate D, overall I have to supposed to consider. So total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 I will always take it in denominator when I go for, when I will check the probability. So how many no's and how many yes here? So I have 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5 no's. Right? The no I will always take it as a second value. Yes, how many yes you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So out of 14 I have 9 yes and 5 no. So info of D is nothing but info of Pi comma Ni, where Pi is number of yes, comma Ni is number of no's. So total is how much? 14. So how is it you are going to evaluate for Pi log of Pi to the base 2? For I equal to 1 now. 1 means what? I will take Pi now. So for Pi, I mean Pi, substituting Pi as 9 here. So how to evaluate Pi now? When I is 9, since the sign is given negative, always you take it negative only here. Minus Pi, you can write it as 9 by 14, log of again 9 by 14 to the base 2. Fine, this is with respect to what? First parameter. Same way you write it for second parameter, minus with respect to Ni now. So it is how to write now? What is the value of Ni now? 5 here. So 5 by total equation result we have got. Second equation with in place of A I want to check for age. So this is the equation. Info A of D is algebraic sum of D mod of Dj by mod D into info of Dj for j equal to 1 to V. Based on the number of partition you are going to calculate. So in place of A I have taken A as age here, info age of D is equal to based on this. See how many terms you get, students here. PIN, I have to go for 3 terms here because I have 3 categories. So one is for with respect to first category less than or equal to 30, then for 31 to 40 and for greater than 40. So for less than or equal to 40 you have PI and NS 2, 3. So for this you have to take in place of info of dj, you have to take I of 2, 3, where j is again 2. First value, when j is 1, we have the value as 2. When j is 2, we have the value as 3 now. So 2 plus 3 is how much now? 5. So total here 5 by 14. What is that? Dj by d. Overall d is with respect to what? Denominator, all the 14 you have to take. Numerator, only with respect to first category, that is 2 plus 3, 5. So that is how we are going to evaluate the first term. Same way, plus second term, pi 4, ni 0, so I of 4, 0, and 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 by 14. Same way, plus third term with respect to greater than 40, so I have pi as 3 and ni as 2, so here I of 3, 2, so 3 plus 2 again 5, 5 divided by 14. So here 5 by 14, 4 by 14, 5 by 14 directly you can do. But I of 2, 3 again you are supposed to evaluate with respect to this equation. So again, info of, in place of d you have to take I of, in place of 9, 5 you have to take 2, 3. How is that you are going to do here? First time when I is 2, so it is 2 by 14 log of 2 by 14 to the base 2. Same in place of 5 you have to take 3 by 14 log of 3 by 14 to the base 10. So instead of 0.950, you get some answer here. Same way you have to evaluate for the second term. Same way you have to evaluate for third term. Then if you sum